I've got a handful of people that have started businesses over the last few years, and they are probably actually the most successful out of the ones that I had the conversations with. At least they're the ones I know. They're the actual friends, the few that are actual friends. And every one of them will tell you, hey, I told John I was going to start a business, and he listened to me, and then he said, that's cool. You probably won't do it. And they're like, man, screw that guy. I'm gonna show him. And they started businesses, and they're doing really, really well. Some of them wildly successfully well, and outperforming the capacity of their market even. And I just heard Huberman say that when you tell a friend your idea and they give you positive affirmation, it actually has a rewarding effect, and it affects something in your brain, releases endorphins that satisfies that desire, and that you don't actually execute. Whereas when people say no, it releases a different chemical, and it kind of pokes you and spurs you that we'll all show them. And I just want to say, you're fucking welcome. I don't do it to be an asshole. I do it to point out most people won't do it, right? And there's not a whole lot of people that have come back and they're like, hey, I had that conversation with you, and I listened to what you said, and I made $1 million this year. There's not many of them. The only ones that have are the ones that I said, yeah, you probably won't do it. Most people don't do it. And I give them all actionable information, get the URL, get the website, get all the information, figure out a name that you can use across all platforms, secure all that stuff. Many times dudes have hit me up and they're like, hey, I can handle your social media content, or I can grow your social media, or blah, 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 blah. But when you look at their shit, they don't have none of that. And I'm like, hey, let me help you. Go get all of your social media platforms, get your URL that matches so everything's the same. And they're always like, well, we're working on it. Who's we? Who's working on it? Because you can do all of that stuff in under an hour. Under an hour, you can do all of that stuff. Maybe 2 hours, right? We're working on it. You just blew any chance of doing anything with those people you contacted, because anybody doing anything at all is going to look to see what your shit looks like. That's just how that goes. So I'm here to tell you, most people won't. When they talk about it, they're not going to do it. We're almost here at the end of the year. It's coming fast, super, super fast. As I get older, the years go much faster. And how many people are talking about and thinking in their head and haven't even vocalized it yet? I'm going to start going to the gym January. This year is going to be the year I'm going to go to the gym. Why don't you just go now? Why don't you just do something right now? That's the deal. Do something now. Because if you're just thinking about it, or you're just talking about it, you're not going to do that shit. And when you tell people that you love, they're still going to your face tell you, yeah, that's a good idea. You should totally do that. And you have just been diffused. That little fuse that you were trying to light, the wind just blew that shit out. Just go fucking do something. Just do something. And if you are doing something, and especially if I helped be part of the catalyst to that, or if, you follow my content and you got any value of that, tell us what you're doing. What's your stuff? Link your shit in here. Like, everybody will look at it, and maybe we can do some business together at some point. I'm gonna go in here and work out.